Okay, today starts 3.3 dividing polynomials. We're going to start by doing a warm-up. We're not even going to do both of them. We'll just do the first one, really. And it's going to be dividing using long division. So this is actually going back to like third grade, I believe. So we'd have 161, which is the dividend. It goes under the sign, and then divided by 7. So how many times does 7 go into 1? That's the first thing we have to ask. 7 goes into 1 0 times. So then we move on to 16. How many times does 7 go into 16? 7 goes into 16 twice. 7 times 2 is 14. That gets subtracted from 16. 16 minus 14 is 2. Bring down the 1. And you see how many times does 7 go into 21. 7 goes into 21 3 times. 7 times 3 is 21. And 21 minus 21 is 0. So we don't have any remainder. Or we could keep dividing out if we did have a number here by putting a decimal in and bringing a 0 down. Okay? So really, when we're looking at dividing polynomials, that's how we're going to start. We're going to start by just looking at that and completing the same process. Here, if I'm looking at dividing by 3, and I have this 6x minus 15y divided by 3, well then first I have to factor out, or I could just do it like this. 6x minus 15y divided by 3. We're not even going to do that way. We're going to factor the 3 out on top. Do 3 times 2x minus 5y divided by 3. My 3's cancel. I'm left with just 2x minus 5y. Same thing for number 4. 7a squared minus ab. I'm going to factor an a out of the top, so I pull an a out in front. That's 7a minus b, all divided by a. I'm left with 7a minus b. We're going to see that when we start dividing polynomials, it's going to be very similar to that. Because polynomial long division is a method for dividing a polynomial by another polynomial of a lower degree. It's very similar to dividing numbers like we just did. When I look at polynomial division, I'm going to have my dividend and my divisor. So I need to first, when I'm doing this, only pay attention to what I need to multiply the x by to get 2x squared. So what times x would give me 2x? Well, 2 would give me 2x, 2 times x, but I need 2x squared, so I need to multiply x by another x to get x squared. So 2x times x gives me 2x squared. Just like before, we're going to subtract that. Now that doesn't mean I get to leave my 2 just hanging out here. I also have to do 2x times 2. 2x times 2 is 4x. Now, this was originally minus 2x squared plus 4x, but I'm going to distribute my negative so that that all becomes a minus. So it's minus 2x squared minus 4x. Now I just subtract right down. Whenever I do the subtraction, if this doesn't cancel out, I did something wrong. 2x squared minus 2x squared gives me 0x squared. Like I said, if that doesn't cancel, then you did something wrong. Next I need to do 7x minus 4x, and that gives me 3x. Now just like before, I need to carry down my 7. So that becomes plus 7. Now I go back to the beginning. I'm trying to get a 3x, so x times what gives me 3x? That would be x times 3. Becomes a minus. Then 3 times 2 is 6. I would distribute this negative or this minus to both terms. It's going to be minus 3x minus 6. 3x minus 3x cancels out. 7 minus 6 is 1. Now before, whenever I would do this, after 3rd grade, like 4th and 5th grade, we would put a decimal point and all that. But we're really looking for a remainder here again. Whatever I get as my remainder, I add to this, or if it was a negative, I would subtract it. But I'm going to add it to this over whatever I was dividing by, x plus 2. My answer is 2x plus 3 plus 1 over x plus 2. Question is, do you believe that? Well, if I do x plus 2 times 2x plus 3 plus 1 over x plus 2, I need to distribute this x plus 2 to all of these terms. Whenever I distribute the x plus 2 to this term, it's going to cancel it out the denominator. It's just going to be plus 1. So x plus 2 times 2x, that's going to give us 2x squared. X times 3 plus 3x. X times 1 over x plus 2 will give me x over x plus 2. Now I distribute the 2. 2 times 2x gives me 4x. 2 times 3 gives me 6. And 2 times 1 over x plus 2 gives me 2 over x plus 2. Since these two have a common denominator, I can combine those. Gives me 2x squared plus 3x plus 4x plus 6. And then I'll combine these two. X plus 2 over x plus 2, which just becomes 1. Anything divided by itself is just 1. So this is 2x squared plus 3x plus 4x. Well, I can start simplifying that now. 3x plus 4x is 7x. X plus 2 over x plus 2 is 1. So that becomes plus 7. If I look up at the top, my original was 2x squared plus 7x plus 7. This isn't a step that I'm going to make you do every time, all of this. That is just checking my work to make sure that if I multiplied this out, I would actually get back to the original. Okay. Let's do a polynomial division. And we're just going to do our steps exactly as how they can be done every single time. So the first step is to write the dividend in standard form, including terms with a coefficient of 0. So I want it to be from the highest to the lowest exponent. So we're going standard form, just like we did in the last section. And so that's going to be 2y to the third minus y squared. Now, what would come next would be just y, but I don't have that here, which means I need to write in a coefficient of 0, plus 0y plus 25. So now by putting it in standard form, and putting my coefficient of 0 in when it's just y. I'm now going to rewrite this into my proper form. I'm dividing that by y minus 3, so that's 2y squared, sorry, 2y to the third, minus y squared plus 0y plus 25, and this is all divided by y minus 3 now. Okay, what do I multiply y by to get 2y to the third? I would need to multiply it by 2. I have 1y, I need 3, so I multiply by y squared. Now 2y squared times y gives me minus 2y to the third, and distribute that to the negative 3 as well. Now it's minus a negative 6, so that becomes plus 6y squared. If you have a hard time remembering that, just remember to change the signs. This is supposed to be a minus 6. If I multiply it, it becomes plus. 2y to the third minus 2y to the third cancels out. If it doesn't, you did something wrong. Negative y squared plus 6y squared is 5y squared. Bring down my 0y plus 0y. Now, what do I need to multiply y by to get 5y squared? It's going to be times 5y. Remember, it's a minus out in front. Switch your sign, it makes it minus 5y squared. 5y times negative 3 is negative 15y. Switch your sign, it's plus 15y. Those cancel out. 0 plus 15 gives me 15y. Carry down to 25. Now I need to look at what will multiply to give me 15y. Y times 15 gives me 15y. So this will now be minus 15y. 15 times negative 3 gives me negative 45. Switch the sign, plus 45. Those cancel, as they should. 25 plus 45 is 70. Now I'm out of terms up here, so I plug the 70 back in. Is a remainder 70 over y minus 3. And that's our final answer for that. That seems like a good place to stop. On Monday, we'll do a couple more of these, get into even some more difficult ones, and then I'll give you homework on.